Hello, my name is Matt, and I hope you are safe and well. I am so happy you have joined me, and I welcome you to this sleep meditation created to help you overcome a fear of heights. And just for you, this hypnosis includes a proven NLP Fast Phobia Cure, so that you will find comfort, gratitude, and appreciation as you take in the beauty of new experiences that perhaps were beyond you in the past. And I wonder how you would feel knowing that with continued practice, you will learn to free yourself from the flow of unhelpful thoughts and the unnecessary fear attached to certain experiences, so that you may learn to find calm and comfort when you allow yourself to fully appreciate an expanded view of this world as you drift down and experience a deep, restful sleep. At Self-Health Hypnosis, we believe there is always light somewhere in the darkness, guiding you to discover your personal strengths and be the hero of your own journey. So I wonder when you will choose to start a new story. And because you are here now, I am certain part of you is committed now to the process of changing how you respond to situations that have caused you fear and anxiety, and make the decision now to respond to heights differently. So I will suggest that you take time now to prepare yourself and ready a special place where you often find quiet and peace, giving yourself permission to take a moment for self-care, where you can focus on you and allow yourself to relax and in your own way find calm. And I will give you a minute or so to find quiet, to close doors or blinds. So you might just like to carefully listen to my instructions as we ready you to search within yourself now and find the skills always available now to take positive steps forward towards peace. So when you are ready and in your own time, maybe just finding that quiet place you most like to relax or meditate. It could be in your soft, warm bed, a cozy lounge, or even a comfortable chair. That is up to you. And perhaps just feeling your body relax now. Maybe noticing how your limbs, your torso, and each muscle in your body settles and remembers what it feels like each time you climb into your bed. Pull the covers up over you and relax. And maybe as you relax in comfort, your eyes are starting to blink. And I wonder if after a busy day, your eyes are feeling tired and your eyelids heavy And it is okay to be aware of your eyes and of how you are in control. And if they aren't already closed, you could close them should you wish. And that's fine, just close them a moment. And you may want to drift down into a deep state of trance. Because as you relax, your eyes closed, you are already halfway there. That's right. With your eyes closed, you can begin to relax. Though at first you may be more aware of some things than you were before. The sounds outside, or even inside the room. The relaxing tone of my voice, or the sensations in your hands or in your feet, or maybe the thoughts or images that drift into your mind automatically. Because with your eyes closed, it becomes easier and easier to become more and more aware of a variety of things that otherwise might be overlooked or ignored. Thoughts, feelings, sensations, and the alteration of awareness as the mind begins to experience that gradual letting go. And I wonder if you want to learn a new way, and that in those moments when you courageously confront your fears past, that you can step back and see the negative thoughts for what they are. Because in this moment, now, you have committed in the present to relax and become absorbed in the practice of mindfulness. That's right. In this moment, you are safe. And so as you relax now, with your eyes closed, and begin to become aware of your own thoughts and your own sensations. And through the practice of mindful breathing, you can begin to connect with the here and now. So now, you can just be aware of the sound of my voice, or you can simply ignore everything else as I encourage you to breathe in deeply and to breathe out deeply, taking another deep, slow breath in, just noticing the sensation of the air as it passes in through your nostrils, and breathing out, noticing the feeling of the warm air as it passes by your lips. And as you breathe in once again, notice the sensation as the air fills your belly. And as you let the breath go, let go of any thoughts and let go of any obligations. And as I encourage you again to breathe in deeply, this time focusing on any noises you may hear inside the room. And as you let go of that breath, perhaps you can notice any sounds outside the room. Letting your body relax a little more with the next deep inhale, and relaxing even further as you exhale. And as your breathing slows, you might start to allow yourself to access that quiet, peaceful place inside of you, that inner space of ease and calmness. That's right. And if I may, I would like to share with you that I am uneasy with heights. When I am standing in a building with clear floor-to-ceiling windows, or even safely behind the fence on bridges or behind the barricades of a beautiful mountain lookout, I have found that I experience an unease, a sensation in my body and in my head that often makes me feel lightheaded, slightly dizzy, and I feel like I'm being drawn to the edge. Yet at the same time, there is also a large part of me that knows that this fear and the negative thoughts that emerge from these sensations are not useful. For I am safe and sound in those places and where I am. And the fears are the manifestations of just thoughts. Yet I understand this isn't always easy, because our unconscious mind is a survival machine. And I wonder if there was a moment in your past where you experienced a fight or flight response. And perhaps at this time, your brain took a virtual picture of the environment that you were in order to prevent you from feeling this anxiety ever again. And I wonder if over time you have come to realize that the problem is not actually about heights, and perhaps what you now fear is just your response of anxiety or panic. And there maybe is a part of you that might even appreciate that this unconscious fear must stop. And you might know consciously that you are safe. And maybe you even know that your unconscious mind has adopted the unhelpful habit of wanting to run away from the situation or location. Yet I wonder if, like me, you wonder where you got this frame of reference, and where exactly did our body and mind decide to respond to heights in this new way. After all, your unconscious mind learned this fear in the first place, did you not? And certainly you believe you are capable of learning something new. The truth is, we encounter things that are new every day. We experience things that are different. And as we go about our life each day, We don't know when we might encounter something that changes our belief or feelings about certain people, certain situations. A great psychologist once said that fear and phobia is a problem that comes about when we have used an old frame of reference inappropriately in a new situation. And our intelligent, conscious self knows that the risks to us from being in tall buildings, or driving over tall bridges, or standing safely at the lookout of a tall mountain are very small indeed. Yet, despite knowing that we have little to fear from heights in all everyday situations, that doesn't often lead us to take a deep breath and allow the negative effect of anxiety, panic, or avoidance to just stop. And I don't know if this is true for you, but many people find themselves experiencing anxiety and fear in these normal everyday situations without even knowing why. And sadly, it is not because they don't have the ability to understand intellectually that the fear response has to stop. Rather, they know that this fear has stopped them from fully experiencing the joy and pleasure of certain aspects of life. And the fear they attach to certain locations and situations has just become familiar. But what if I was to tell you that in the same way we can learn to ride a bike or to drive a car, that you can learn to respond differently? And in those locations or situations that involve heights, that you can make tiny inner adjustments. And over time, or even immediately, now calm and comfort will be familiar. And eventually, through mindful acceptance, you are going to recover from any fear that has been troubling you. Because all things pass, eventually. And the truth is, I don't know how those thoughts and feelings of fear and anxiety emerge for you. And I am sure you are very aware of those situations and moments past where you notice a sense of fear and you find yourself thinking about risk and what ifs. A wise therapist once said that what's important is not whether or not a thought is true, but whether or not it helps you to hold on to it. And the truth is, I don't know how deep you are in trance, yet your intelligent mind is looking for solutions because your mind is ready to change and be different. So as you breathe quietly and effortlessly at the perfect rate, you can let go of all tension and feel wonderful because you see your circumstances as an opportunity to choose and change your mindset. And there is no need for this to happen immediately, and there is no need to keep thinking about this. Yet in those moments, you have the power to just acknowledge the fear and anxiety and thank your mind for keeping you safe. And you might even like to show your gratitude and appreciation to your mind for keeping survival in your mind. Because that's what those thoughts and fears that make you anxious are. Just reminders. So I wonder now if you can just picture in your mind's eye a location or situation that caused you fear in the past. And I wonder if you will give yourself permission to notice all those fears and anxious thoughts, those worries and uncertainties, and those what ifs, just anything that is on your mind, and ask yourself the question, can those thoughts alone harm me? And I wonder how it would feel to notice them now and notice how you have changed now. And I only want you to see those thoughts as stories, and sooner or later you will let go of unhelpful thoughts and let fear past. And you might like to consider what happens when those thoughts emerge, and perhaps you can simply notice any thought and how it makes you feel. And for each of those thoughts that emerge, just give it a label. Perhaps you might like to imagine for a moment you are driving in a multi-level car park or over a tall bridge. And as you see yourself driving at heights, maybe those feelings start to emerge. And if they do, you can just label it and say to yourself, and to see it written in your mind's eye, there is that fear of heights thought. And now that you have it in your mind, consider all the uncertainties related to that thought for a moment. Think about what you know and what you don't know. What is true and what is not true. Because it may be true that you don't know what will happen tomorrow or a week from now, and that is okay. In this moment you are safe. And it is just a thought. Sadly, some people spend so much of what is most valuable, their time, focusing on what might happen rather than what does happen. They find themselves absorbed in the what ifs and the worst of what is possible, rather than being concerned with what is actually happening or what is more likely to occur. And it is important to understand that it is completely human to experience fear and anxiety when life is filled with uncertainties. Yet amidst that ambiguity is also possibility. And how we recognize and accept ambiguity. And to do this, we can learn to step back, ask better questions of ourselves, and make decision toward positive change. To focus on our goals and to turn uncertainty into opportunity. There is a famous saying by Eleanor Roosevelt that really captures this idea well. She said, Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. And that's why we call it the present. And as you lie there in warm comfort, your eyes comfortably closed, then clearly you have chosen this present moment for mindfulness, relaxation, and self-awareness. And perhaps taking another deep breath, you might like to reflect on the gift you have given yourself. Having taken this moment for mindfulness and change. Perhaps taking another deep breath, you might reflect on the gift you have given yourself. Having taken this moment for mindfulness and change. And isn't it wonderful that sooner or later you will learn to combine the power of relaxed breathing with your powerful imagination? And I wonder if you know that at its core, that is all hypnosis truly is. Hypnosis is simply the state of absorption you are experiencing now. The powerful decision you have made in this moment to direct your focus to the words that I use, the sensation of your breath, or to any thought, feeling, memory, or wonderfully positive expectation. So you might be curious to know that hypnosis cannot take away your control. And by itself, the relaxing experience of trance cures nothing. Rather, hypnosis is a vehicle that empowers you with the abilities and realizations that will ultimately help. One of the most important things I have learned as a psychotherapy professional and a person who struggles with fears and anxieties is the profound yet simple notion now that what we focus on, we amplify. And you may have heard that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. And this is certainly true. My suggestions are here only to guide you, like an usher at the theatre that guides you through the dark to your seat with the light of a torch. And as part of you takes your seat there in the theatre and settle in comfort, there is another part of you here and now, relaxing more and more deeply and allowing yourself to float across time and space. Yes, there is a part of you always willing to transcend the moments you experience in the world each day. Just like when you sit down in the theatre and allow yourself to let your conscious mind take a rest and become lost in a great movie. And it is a captivating thought, is it not? To know that your unconscious mind is infinite and can be anywhere. And that your conscious mind can be here in calm and comfort. And I don't know just how comforting it is to know that you can choose in any conscious moment to powerfully partner with your imagination to relax deeper. And as you relax into your seat, you can take a deep breath, knowing in this space you are safe, a place only you, seated in the middle of the theatre of your imagination. That's right. Perhaps you decide to glance around the theatre and notice that you have the whole place to yourself. You visualize the decor and what the seats are like, and you relax back and look up to see the large screen before you. And between you and the big screen, you observe the rows of empty, comfortable chairs. And at the end of the rows of chairs besides the screen are exit signs. You look back for a moment to where the projector room is, up on the rear wall. And again quickly you turn your attention back to the big, empty screen. Choosing to take a deep breath in, you take in the sights, sounds, and smells of the theatre. And you feel the comfort of the seat beneath you and the floor underneath your feet. Then suddenly the screen lights up and you expect to see the usual still image advertisements start playing. Yet instead, what you see is a still black and white image of yourself. You see yourself seated as a passenger in a car, and you can sense you are being driven somewhere very important. You are comforted to see the smile upon your face, and that you are satisfied and relaxed. And perhaps the look you see on your face makes you ponder what you value in life and what makes you feel safe and assured. There might be also a part of you that wonders where you are going, as it is clear to you from the smile on your face and as you look out the window that you are enjoying your journey. And as you find yourself now in the safety of your theatre, looking up at the movie screen before you, you wonder if the movie you're about to watch is a movie about you. After all, this is your very own theatre, and I wonder if you would like to use your imagination and take control of your story. And if you are comforted by that thought, you might like to take a deep breath and relax back into your comfortable seat. And as you relax there, looking at the black and white picture of yourself, just let your mind drift up and into the projector room. Because from up there, you can control the movie, while the physical you remains relaxing in the comfort of your theatre seat. With curiosity, you look around the projector room and note the details of the walls, the frame around the window, the large reels of film on the projector, and you see the long beam of dusty white light that streams out towards the movie screen. Your eyes following the dusty white light, you choose to look down out the small window and see yourself sitting in your favourite seat, watching the screen and waiting for the movie to start. For a moment you wonder what will be in the movie you are about to watch. But eventually you decide to take the necessary steps to start a new story. And you press the button to start the projector. Immediately a number of different lights start to fire up, and you hear a number of clicks as the projector of your own story gets underway. And the slides start to cycle through and change. And as you wait for the dusty white light to shine out onto the screen, you see yourself down in the theatre and watch as you see yourself watching the scratchy black and white snapshot turn into a scratchy black and white movie. And you look back to the screen from the projector room and notice that the car in which you seat as a passenger in comfort is approaching an amazingly modern and very tall arched bridge across a large bay. It is a bridge that gradually rises from the ground to the height of a building and down again as it crosses a large section of the beautiful bay. And as you see yourself on screen as a passenger seated comfortably in a car as it drives towards a tall, long-arched bridge, you look down and see yourself looking up at the old scratchy black and white movie on the screen, and you smile. After a moment, you turn your focus to the projector, safe in the knowledge that you are in control, and you can adjust the speed and focus of the movie on screen exactly as you choose. And with curiosity and deep comfort, you continue to watch the scratchy black and white film. You decide to look down from the projector room and see yourself seated, relaxing, enjoying the expanded view of the surroundings as the car slowly climbs the tall, arched bridge. The car climbs the bridge higher and higher, and you watch as you look with curiosity out one side of the car windows, enjoying the view from high up on the bridge. And you can see yourself in that movie, safe and protected and relaxed and very comfortable. Using the power of your imagination, you decide to float out of the projector room, and you find a sense of comfort wash over you as you relax into your seat. You look confidently up at the movie screen, and perhaps you can take a deep breath, knowing in this space you are safe, seated in the middle of the theatre of your own imagination. And maybe you would like to remember now that you chose this experience, yet you are not alone, and my voice is here to guide you. So now, as you imagine yourself seated in the theatre, looking up at the screen, watching the movie, it might bring you a greater sense of comfort to know that at any time you can choose to go back and watch the movie from the safety of the projector room. But right now, you are watching the movie seated comfortably in the middle of your very own theatre, watching yourself on the big screen. And in this movie, you are a passenger seated comfortably in a car, as it continues to climb up the tall, long, arched bridge. And you can observe just how relaxed you are, and you can see yourself smile as you enjoy the ever-changing scenery and appreciate the relaxing experience. And now maybe you would like to imagine yourself being the actor and playing yourself in your very own movie. And I wonder if you can imagine yourself being in the movie and looking out the window and taking in the wonderful view this vantage point high on the bridge provides. And as you take in the expansive view, feeling safe in the knowledge that at any time you can simply go back to your seat in the theatre. But for now, you see yourself seated in the car, going up and up, watching out the window and enjoying yourself as the car climbs higher and higher on the bridge, and marveling at just how much more you can see. And as you comfortably travel higher and higher, you can notice how you are becoming more and more relaxed. Just enjoying the beautiful clear day and feeling grateful that from this height you can see more and more of the city and surroundings you know so well. Perhaps from up here, you can start to recognize and see just how much your view of everything is expanded, and how much greater is your awareness of all that surrounds you. And I wonder if you think to yourself, what have I been missing? And as you stare out the window, contemplative and calm, comfortably lost in this newfound perspective, the driver suddenly interrupts your relaxed trance of new and empowering thoughts with conversation. He asks, "Isn't this bridge amazing?" You are not sure how and if you are supposed to respond. Absorbed in your newfound perception, the question confuses you. In your mind, it is not the bridge that is amazing, but the wonderful view its height allows, and the expansive diversity and absolute beauty of the surrounding scenery. The driver continues. A friend of mine is an engineer who designs tall buildings and wonderful bridges. And when she started to learn more about engineering, she discovered that the vertical lines and height are just as important, if not more so, than horizontal lines. Maybe the horizontal lines make a space useful, yet heights provide us comfort and a sense of space and expand our awareness. Deeply pondering the words of the driver, you again turn your head to look out the window. You have now come to the highest point of the bridge, and from this point you are amazed at just how far you can see on this beautiful, sunny, clear day. And off to your right side you can see far out over the bay. And in the water you can see the many ships and boats and wonder just how far away the horizon truly is. Back behind you, you can see the city skyline, and you are captivated by the notion that from up here, even the buildings downtown do not seem tall at all. And perhaps checking in with yourself, you observe just how relaxed you are. And maybe you smile as you enjoy the ever-changing scenery and appreciate the relaxing experience. Safe and sound as you drive over the high bridge, and remembering that at any point you can choose to go back to the comfort of your seat in the middle of your very own theatre, watching yourself on the big screen, seeing yourself in the movie on screen, a passenger seated comfortably in a car as it continues to climb up and up, higher and higher, over the top of a long arched bridge. You continue to watch yourself on the big screen as the car passes over the highest point of the bridge and you begin your safe descent. And as the car makes its way down the bridge, your attention moves to the new scenery that enters your view. Because before you, and filling your field of view, you can see a range of mountains covered in beautiful and majestic tall trees. And again, you try not to get lost in the beauty of this view and the notion that from this height, even the trees look small and insignificant. And as you watch the mountains, as they get closer and closer, you realize that it won't be long until the crossing is complete. Perhaps you realize the power of choice is with you. And I wonder now if you might choose to stop being the passenger, traveling in comfort, and using the power of your abundant imagination. You might like to see yourself behind the wheel as you take control and see yourself driving from the top down the tall bridge and confidently continuing on your journey. Or instead, are you seated in the comfort of the theatre, relaxing back into your favourite seat as you watch yourself on the big screen drive over the bridge and into the distance? The choice is yours. In the here and now, you choose how you view the world, and you choose your experience. So now, finding yourself relaxing again in the comfort of the chair in your own theatre. The movie has ended, and the soft lights of the theatre light up the exit. Perhaps you smile as you bound confidently out of your seat and walk enthusiastically to the exit at the back of the theatre, leaving your very own theatre of your imagination and finding yourself back in a place of absolute comfort and relaxed bliss. And so, as you breathe quietly and effortlessly at the perfect rate, you can just let go of anything that weighed heavily upon you. And just now, and perhaps forevermore, feeling light and wonderful as the unconscious mind finds its own way to unlearn for you and to see things in a different light. opening our eyes anew to clear and expanded views that helps us see a story differently, and that allows a feeling to change, to rearrange our thoughts and images, and change how we react, allowing the mind to foresee that change in the future, and to enjoy noticing that future change. And as you allow yourself to relax and drift off into a deep, restful sleep, perhaps you will find ways to use your powerful imagination and enter your hypnotic theatre of change whenever you choose. And eventually, you will let go of any unnecessary fear or phobia and be free to comfortably see, perceive, and even experience more and more. Because all things pass eventually. And as you relax deeper and deeper, the change will occur while you sleep. Or perhaps it will occur in the future.